Hello, YouTubers and all those who happen to watch. Today I'm talking about people with elite complexes in video games. Now, this is something a lot of people most likely don't like to be involved with or hear about while they're playing their online games if they ever decide to. Most people will get drawn away from these online games because of these people with their negative nature. Well, here's the thing about most of that too. I mean, there's a couple areas where I can see it as grayscale, being where it's, people aren't necessarily being elitist as these people prescribe them to be, but just more being competitive people just wanting to win. And that again is a totally different bracket. I mean, some people consider those people and classify those people as something incorrect. I mean, heck, the definition of ego is a person's pretty much how they can portray themselves. I mean, that's all there is when it comes to being called an ego. I mean, every person on the planet has a ego. That's how it is. So when people throw this on loosely, it's pretty much predetermined that these people are incorrect or pretty much trying to be politically incorrect with their term. While they are in the right bracket, they don't understand that an ego is something that everybody has. Everybody has it. Well, yours is just much more worse than mine. See, and then again, these people become elitist right there. I mean, they just pretty much just threw out the word elitist just as a self-defense mechanism as far as I'm concerned. So you have people throwing ego around and you have people throwing elitist around. I mean, when it comes to elitist, I see people absolutely who do act like they are elitist, like they are the God's gift to playing video games. They're so better than you. They're gonna kick your butt rectum hole. They're just gonna do stuff that's gonna hurt you good. And you have these people in Call of Duty and online games mostly. And while I don't truly listen to these people ramble on about how good they are, because as far as I'm concerned, they can grab a mirror, grab their lotion, go in the corner, and have fun with themselves. And then these people who brag, saying, oh, well, I am so good at this game, I get laid. Well, if you're playing it right now, how come you're not getting laid? That's my question to them. Then, of course, they'll come around and go, I'm not getting laid right now because the lady's sleeping right now. It's like, well, that's cool. I mean, I guess your mom must be tired eventually. I don't know. So, again, you got these people who just act like they own the game. They just, you physically own the game, but mentally this game is theirs. They just own it. You're just borrowing it from them. You're going a down payment. You're going on a lease. You're just going to be one of those people who go on a temporary playthrough of the online experience with them, because as far as they're concerned, they own your ass. And these people, to me, are just entitled assholes. At the same time, sometimes I see these guys just trying to be competitive, so that's why they talk to trash and try to deflate you, so that way you just question yourself as you're playing it, and you end up freaking and screwing up, and just it just becomes a unspiraling mess, which, again, I can see two different ways of looking at people who are like that on games. There's people who generally talk to shit, and they just don't care that you are sensitive to it, and then they have people who just talk shit just to try to deflate you. And then some people just describe this as some sort of ego, when in reality it's just a game plan that I'm trying to deflate you. That's all it is. I mean, hell, people throw the word ego around, too. I mean, this is the one that makes me laugh the most. People say that there's elitism when it comes to people who collect video games, too. And this is pretty much the main subject I wanted to talk about, too. With the, it isn't necessarily the online experience, just as people who collect. And you'll have those people who grow this big elitism because if you do not like a certain character, if you don't like a certain brand, you don't like a certain this or that, you are trash to them. And to me, I think that's acidine, You're just the same as that person who doesn't collects the opposite brand as you do. For example, some people like Capcom, some people really like Konami. While these two companies were at one point were Japanese independent companies who got successful off a Nintendo product / anything else in between, then, to me it doesn't matter if you enjoy both or enjoy either or. It's just how you play a game. It's how you enjoy the characters, the development, and as well as the style of games that are portrayed within these companies. So, I don't see the big deal with people trying to deflate other people when it comes to collecting something. It's like this particular game that you own is yours. Absolutely, you can play it, you can enjoy it. It's yours. At the same time, if someone else does not like it, Or if you think that, for example, Microsoft's better than Nintendo in the gaming market, then, whatever, I don't care if you like them or not. I don't care if you like Sony and Microsoft and you think Nintendo's crap. Again, that's just one of those type of things that I think that people just overzealous about it. That's all I gotta say. And, again, let's go into the ego part of it now. Okay, now these people who collect things, right, they say, well, I like to collect this, and then instantly that person points out and goes, ego! And it's like, Captain Obvious gets 30 points on his card. Herpaderp, everybody has an ego. Everybody. Whether you're the calm, quiet guy who only collects specific things, or the person who, again, that's entitleism, that's egoism, that's how it is, that's how humans mostly are. At the same time, people who overzealous on their enthusiasm / entitlement when it comes to a game attacks you, and it becomes some sort of elitism. Woo! You see, that's the beautiful thing about gaming. I personally do not try to oversell a game to somebody. If somebody doesn't like the style of game, I go, oh, that's cool. And I mean, every once in a while, if I have a game that I actually do like, I like to share it with people. And at the same time, if it's a game or a genre someone doesn't like, I still share it with them anyway, just being forgetful and go, oh yeah, this one's pretty cool, Just sort of a recommendation, not me saying, you have to play it, bitch, It's the fact that, if someone doesn't like a game, they don't like the game. You can't force them and all that bracket goodness. But, again, I digress. I peel back the diaper of success here, and I gotta say, it smells pretty successful. No, I'm kidding. See, that right there is elitism right there, or an ego, or a fake ego portrayed. So, what do you guys think of elitism in gaming? What do you think of, when people put you down because you like tabletops, or, people run the 220 die and just play them on tabletops, but yet people trash on you because they like Final Fantasy VII and they don't understand why you like tabletop so much, even though it's the same goddamn thing. So, alright, take it easy, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll be putting up more videos soon. Oh man, baby, touch my nipples.